Hey guys, and welcome back into Outpost 318. I am your host, Eric Madden. I'm so glad that you were joining us today. Before we get into today's topic, I want to welcome our newest sponsor, DUBBY. They are a clean energy drink brand built on the mission to do better. And DUBBY didn't come from some corporate boardroom. It was born in a small apartment with the founder, Anthony, decided that he had had enough of big energy. He was tired of low quality ingredients and sugar crashes and mysterious chemicals, so he made something better. And with this product, you're going to get no jitters, no crash, no sugars, no artificial dyes, no calories. Plus, they got over 15 different bold and custom crafted flavors. So DUBBY is energy reinvented, and it's trusted by thousands every month who want clean focus, real results, and zero compromise. And now, as a member of Outpost 318, you get 10% off your order if you just use the promo code Outpost318 at checkout. That's Outpost 318 for your promo code at checkout at www.dubby.gg. There you're going to find a plethora of flavors, and I hope that it helps you out. I use it. It's really great. And yeah, on to today's show. Now today, what we're going to be talking about is finding your calling. And that's something that a lot of guys have a lot of trouble with. Not just guys, but people in general. But I want to ask you something right off the top. Have you ever felt like there's something more that you're supposed to be doing, but you just can't name it? You're not alone. In fact, I believe one of the most dangerous things a man can do is settle into a life that looks successful from the outside, but it's hollow on the inside, man. And that hollow feeling, that quiet ache, that's often the whisper of calling. So what really is calling? Calling is not just about a career. It's not what you do to earn a paycheck. It's about who you are and who you're becoming and what you are uniquely wired to bring into the world. Because your calling, it has layers. You have your general calling. Your general calling is to follow Christ, love people, and serve with integrity. Then you have a seasonal calling. That's what you're called to in this life, in this chapter of your life. Fatherhood, leadership, healing, rebuilding. And then there is a specific calling that you have, the unique mission that God has put in you, and that thing will not leave you alone. I have fought and I have scratched against my calling for a long time. I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel qualified. I thought I was going to be a failure. I felt a lot of doubt. And some of you feel it too, but you also doubt as well. And others, you buried that thing a long time ago. You said, I'm not even touching it. I'm not going to be bothered with it. I'm not doing it. And some of you are just now waking up to it. Now, in having a calling, you also have to realize that there is an enemy to your calling. You want to know why most men aren't stepping into their calling? It's because of fear. It's because they're too busy, or they think they're too busy. It's because the lies that were spoken over us, the lies might have been spoken by a coach, a parent, sadly a pastor, or even our own inner critic. We get trapped in cycles of performance or passive comfort, and we shrink back instead of rising up. And we avoid risk, and we call it wisdom. But here's the truth. Your calling is going to cost you something. It will require faith. It will call you to war against your comfort, but it is worth it. You might be thinking, well, I don't even know what my calling is. There's clues to the calling, okay? Here's a few questions to help you start zeroing in on your calling. What breaks your heart? Number one, what breaks your heart? What convicts you? What are you passionate about? What stirs your fire? Number two, where do others see impact when you're involved? Is it coaching? Is it discipleship? Is it starting a business, starting a podcast? What impact do you bring to the table, and what do others see? And third, what pain have you walked through that could be redeemed to serve other people? Everybody tends to shy away from the pain element of their life and of their testimony. But that could be your calling. You struggle with drug addiction, you might be called to addiction ministry. You struggled with alcoholism, you might be called to help an alcoholic. Whatever your struggle is, that might be your greatest area and your calling. And this is the big one, the biggest question of them all. What would you do even if no one ever noticed, but you knew it would please God? Sometimes your calling looks less like a grand stage and more like quiet, faithful leadership in your house or your church or your circle. You can't miss it just because it doesn't come with a spotlight. Here's the thing. You answer those questions, you're going to get that zoning in, that direction. Your calling is going to be clarified in the community. And guys, get this, because this is huge. You will not find your calling in isolation. You will find it in brotherhood. You will find it in community. And that's why the Outpost 318 exists. That's why we're having retreats. That's why we have these guides. That's why we have these resources and these paid resources. That's why we have this podcast. And that's why we build all of this, is to give you a place where the fog clears and you can actually hear what God has been trying to whisper to you all along. So this is what I want you to do. This is your action steps for this week. Out of 7 days, I want you to carve out 30 minutes. That's one TV show. It's one podcast. 30 minutes. No phone, no noise. And I want you to ask God, what are you calling me into this season? And I want you to write it down. Journal what comes up. Even if it's messy, even if it's unclear, write it down. And then tell a trusted brother. Speak it out. Let someone hold you accountable. So number 1, 30 minutes, no phone, no noise, no distractions, and ask God, what are you calling me into this season? Number 2, write it down. And number 3, tell someone you trust. And if you're not sure where to start, here's one powerful resource. I want you to grab a copy of the Finding Manhood. It's a raw, real guide to understanding who you were created to be. And we've got a link on our website, and I've made it available to you for free. Now, this is the resource. This is the guide that is going to be accompanying the book that I just wrote, Finding Manhood. So I'll have more information on that. And also, do not forget, the Recalibrate Men's Retreat is coming. It's not a church camp. It's not a conference. This is a war room in the woods. This is where you're going to get clarity, connection, and you're going to get fire back in your bones. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to outpost318.com/retreat. You can also check out all of our resources on the resource hub. There's free resources as well as paid. You'll get daily tools, free downloads, and the new 60-day challenge, Operation Resolve. And I really challenge you to sign up for that, because sign-ups stop in July. So you have until July to sign up for Operation Resolve and join the brotherhood. So here's the deal, brother. You're not here by accident. You're not disqualified, and you're not alone. Okay? There is a mission with your name on it. And God is not asking for perfection. He's not saying that you got to have all the tools, all the resources, the look, the talk, the confidence. You got to have it all before. No, he's not asking for perfection. He's asking for obedience. Okay, so let's go find it. Until next time, stay grounded, stay ready, and don't forget, this is your outpost. I'll talk to you guys next time.